beautifully. Wow. Nice jet. Lower. Very nice, very nice.
Little bumpy, a little bumpy.
That's perfect, dude. Very nice. And that's how you do it, guys. Hey guys, Rich here. Welcome back to the RCINFORMER YouTube channel. I got Gav on the camera today, and I got a little audience here watching me here. We're we're over at the Osceola County. Yeah. We're at the Osceola Flyers event, the electric event that has kind of winded down now, and we're going to do an unbox assembly and maybe a flight if the wind kind of dies down of this brand new in the box FLYFANS K-8. Okay, it's a Chinese fighter trainer. It is a 64mm 6S powered. It also comes in a 4S, but we're going to show you the 6S. Probably fly it on the Spectrum 6S 3200. Oh, my finger's in the way. And I got some other stuff, tools, receiver, and all that. It's a fixed gear jet, 64mm, and it has flaps, and that's about it. It's about 6 screws to assemble. Gav, are you excited?
I'm excited. This plane, it's an odd size of like battery. It's
interesting because it actually looks like it's a combination of a. Looks like somebody took a T45, an L39, and an MD339 and kind of combined some of the features and all that. So, but here, let's get this out of here. I'm going to pull the foam off.
MBL 339.
I did. What's that?
MBL 339.
MBL 339. That's what it's going to be, huh? So here, let's get this out of here. This is FLYFANS, guys. I'll put links below where you guys can get this. I'll pull a couple things out. Here's the, if you want to zoom in on that, there's the fixed landing gear. It's got suspension on it. It looks nice. We'll get that out. And then here we got a wing with an aluminum and a metal kind of landing gear peg. I may actually do a retract gear on this, maybe. We'll see as time goes on. But there's a wing. You can see, again, it's 64mm. It's a small size. There's probably the wing spar. Put that down there. There's our elevator, okay, with dual servos on it. And here's some drop tanks, it looks like. And it's a little windy here, folks, so this might all blow away. They're labeled with an R and an L. So they are side specific, so there may be a little dihedral. In fact, if you look down this way, can you see that? It's got a little angle to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a dihedral. So they are side specific. And then let's see, there's a bag here with, I think that's either a pitot tube or I'm not sure what that is, but we'll look, we'll get that in place. And then it comes with, here's what you got. You got 6 screws. Let me get in on that, okay. Can you see that, Ari?
Yeah.
And some Velcro for the battery. That's a lot of Velcro.
Velcro,
so.
baby.
Velcro, all right. I do shelf liner. He does Velcro. He likes the Velcro. Actually, Velcro is good, but I just don't like it all over the battery. So there's our other wing. Hopefully that doesn't blow away.
Shelf liner sounds like something you find at
What's that?
Shelf liner sounds like something you find at Bath and Body Works or something.
Nah, man, you get it at Lowe's and Home Depot. So, and there we go. There's the fuselage. I'm going to put all this down here. And what do you think?
It's a pretty nice size.
60.
Pretty big for a 64.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get it together here. It's only a few screws, but yeah, it's got some nice detail. It's got pilots.
Pretty big for a 64, but pretty small for a 6S.
Can you get in on these? These are metal. No, you can't see it there.
I got it.
How about this side? Get right here. See that? Metal threads to get your wings together. It's got
and for the tail.
Yeah. What's that?
And
for the tail. You got those there? Yeah, metal threads. 2 connections for your elevator. Pretty simple stuff.
It has that nice locking.
And then it's got a screw-in pitot tube, or maybe the, is that what that's for? Maybe that's what that's supposed to be.
That's a death trap.
Maybe that's what it is. That's maybe your pitot tube. It doesn't look like, I'm looking for threads, but I don't see, yeah, that's probably what that's supposed to be. I don't know if I'll put that fiberglass pitot tube on
That's just
there.
asking to get broken off.
Yeah. Well, it's fiberglass, so this won't break, but that'll break probably. So it's tough. And latched canopy, No ventilation on there. I don't know why that tape is there. Maybe that's for packing or something. And then there's your inside. You see that okay?
Yeah.
There's what we look like there.
Plug and play.
Our landing gear peg right here.
Yeah.
For nose gear. And does it have a flat spot on it? I don't see a flat area on it. It probably should have one, but cooling hole here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Intake for the fan hatch here with 2 screws. And real nice. It's got some antennas right here. These are probably ILS antennas or something. I don't know if you can get.
Let me get inside the fan.
Oh, you want to see the fan?
Yeah.
64 millimeter. I'm guessing it's a 12 blade.
It's an outrunner too.
Is it? Yeah. No center burner in there. So, all right. Our elevator's got some nice doublers here. See those? Where your screws go through. Only 2 screws for that. Your connections right here. And 2 servos. There's all the horns, rods, linkages, everything's installed. Looks like a nice ball link. We'll check out the throws as we get this together, and we'll see if we got to go in or out. But you see this? See the end of the elevator? How this sticks out? That's like an MB339. That's how that is on that airplane.
It's a hybrid.
It's like got the tail of an MB339. It's got the wings of like an L39, and it's got the fuselage and nose a lot like a T-45 does. So. Let me grab my Ernst stand here. We're going to put this on here.
Ernst, baby.
Get this together. You ready? You ready to assemble this thing?
You ready?
See how long it takes? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hobby knife right here. Gav, I'll get over here so you can get in on that. I'm going to tighten my connections. Can you see that?
Yep.
Just with my hobby knife. You guys have seen my video about saving your plane. I'm just going to very carefully just push down on those a little bit. Just make sure, because I'm going to put this together and we're going to go fly it. So I want to tighten those up. I broke the tip of my my knife off, and that'll happen sometimes. I just push those down to make it a little tighter. So sometimes they're loose. You don't have to do this. This is just, you know, my thing that I like to do. And I'm going to do that to all 3 of these.
You're seeing it here at the RCINFORMER.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
I usually got to do this myself with...
If I zoom in too far, it gets out of focus for that.
But you got that okay, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that to the elevator. I'm going to do that to all of the... Here, this thing has flaps. You see your nice flap servos? Here, take a look at the wing. This is where your drop tanks go on. You got a buried spar tube here. This is where the main spar goes. But you see the horns, rods, horns, linkages, all that's installed, ready to
really
go.
Smooth foam.
Yeah, it is smooth. It's they didn't paint it white, but nice detail on this whole thing, and good plastic doublers here. So let's get all the connections done so we can just kind of slap this whole thing together. So I'm just going to do these real quick. It only takes like a second or 2 to do that, and you can use whatever tool you want. I just use a hobby knife because it's kind of easy to do. There we go. You gotta be careful not to push it under. But I'm just gonna get all these done real quick.
Or cut your finger off.
Yeah, or cut your finger, yeah. So I'm gonna put this right here.
I think I know a thing or 2 about that.
Yeah. Gav's dangerous with a hobby knife.
Is that about to prevent you going down?
No, just pushing the tab down a little. There's kind of a tab.
Yeah.
That's like if sometimes the pin goes in and it's a little loose.
Yeah.
So you kind of push down. It actually goes in the other way technically, but that's just an example. You just push the metal tab down, put it in. Because a lot of times, you know, these things come, you know, they're made in an assembly line, and they grab these servos out of a box of 1,000 servos or something. And you'll know when you connect these things that, you know, it may be loose. And if it feels loose, I mean, that'll end your day. Even if it's like a speed controller, that'll be like the end of the...
It does have that like locking clip right there. You see on the elevator?
Well, yeah, no, that's on there, yeah. And that helps keep it on, but this is what makes your contact, yeah. If you got a tight contact, then that part doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm just gonna get all of these. Are you getting all this?
Yeah.
You're able to film all that, huh? All right, that's cool. Usually I'm doing a cameraman solo thing by myself. So that's the only connections is elevator. You can pan out. Elevator, you know, ailerons, flaps, and that's it. So Gav, we're gonna get right here, and I'm gonna install
you need like
these.
A tripod or something.
What's that?
You need like a tripod or something.
You're a human tripod, man. You can do that.
I have a
oh, you got
limited
these?
time.
Can you see these here? This is what Gav's talking about. You got that?
Yeah.
It's got the locking tabs on there. Let's see. What's your timer at right now on the camera?
8 minutes.
8 minutes?
You started at like 5.
That's all right. I just don't want to go past. Once you hit like 22 or 24 or something, it puts it on a different file. You know what I mean? Like it splits the files. So you'll have, it won't be one file. I don't know why my camera does that, but okay, so we're going to carefully push these in there and get these in place. And I might be able to pull that through the other side. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is. So let me see if I can pull through here. Yeah, I'm going to pull it through the, there's wires on here, Gav. I don't know if you can see. Here, zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Can you see me? No, me. Back up.
Wait.
There you go. I'm grabbing the wires.
I'm
grabbing these wires and I'm pulling them, so it kind of, I'm trying to find the correct ones. So, and that'll help pull it on, you know what I mean? So you don't have to really tuck them in there. You get the gist of what I was doing there? That's all. So, and then right here, we only have a couple of screws. This will go on quick here. There's only a few. Get these out of here.
And look at that Velcro, bro.
Velcro, baby. That miracle fabric of the 80s. Yeah, so we got screws here. Looks like they gave us a spare connection. I don't know, or a ball link. I don't know if we need that. But you see the screws that Gav, I'll zoom on those. They're like washer head screws there.
Yeah.
You only need a 2mm metric. So I'm just going to take these. You ready? It's going to be high speed, low drag. Here, we're going to put one right in there. We're going to push this in there so it goes in place. Hopefully that threads nicely. I think I could feel it bite. There we go. It's bit. And then I'll do the other side. Same thing. I'm going to drop that through. Can you see that all right?
Yeah, I can see.
All right. Get in on that. We'll put that right in there. Real simple plane to assemble. It's my first time getting it out of here, so we'll get that in place. There we go. Has to drop in there.
A bit.
And I think I lost the screw in there. Yep, I'm not able to find it. There, let's see. Let's go around here. Let me look down in there. I can see it now. There we go. Hopefully it's biting. And you can feel it. As you tighten it, remember guys, it's foam. Don't need to over tighten it. If this starts denting inward, you've kind of gone a little too much. So just get it so it's snug, which it looks like it is. I'm checking this side too. Yeah, these are nice. I don't know if you can get on that. They're washer head kind of screws, you know? And there's a 2mm metric, 3mm metric screws. So, all right, and let's get the wing on. Wing's pretty simple. Same kind of deal. Spar goes through here, which I have to label this spar a little later on. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put this down in here.
Pretty skinny spar.
Yeah, well, it's a little airplane. Doesn't need all that. So, and there's probably a Y harness right here. Gav, can you get in on those wires? So I'm going to undo this, and let's see what's in here. It looks like, I'm hoping. Yeah, there should be a. Do they have the wires? Oh, they already. Oh, the wires are in there. Oh, I was just tugging on those. Here, let me grab a needle nose here. Hang on a second. Grab needle nose. All right. Part of those wires I was tugging on, I was pulling those out of there. There we go. That's where they are.
That was just a Y harness.
Yeah, it's just a Y harness.
Yeah.
That's it. So let's see what we got here. Channel 1, and that's channel 6. And which one is which? No, I know that, but there's no mark on this one. Yeah. So I got to figure. Okay, let's see. Let me just look. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to figure out which is which. Let me pull on. Okay, that's the flap one. I tugged on it and I could see it pulling through. So channel 6, which is the flap.
Yeah.
Now when I push these in, they're going in really tight. I can feel the connection is. When I was competing in Top Gun a couple years back, Jerry McGee was flying his MiG 29, and he had a instance where his landing gear stopped working on him right before he was getting ready to go fly. And we started looking through stuff, and I said, wait a minute, check your connections. So we pulled all his connections, and a lot of them were loose. So I grabbed my hobby knife, tightened all his gear connection, plugged them in, gear started working fine. So sometimes you just have one little link, you know, that's bad, or not a good contact, and that's the end of your day. So if that's on a speed controller, or if you have a single elevator servo, for example, you know, and that goes bad, your plane's probably going to be going down. So, all right, let me pull through. this thing. Yeah, there we go. There's that one. And let's pull this one through. All I'm doing, Gav, can you see what I'm doing on this side? I'm just pulling the connections through to make the wire tight. You see that? Just kind of pull through and then you can get that in place. So I'm going to flip this actually on its side. Let's see if I can get that up there. Up. And then we'll put our screws this way. And that should be that. So let's get that in there. Let's get that in place.
Are you going to fly it with the landing gear or without it?
Probably with. So hopefully the wind calms down.
As long as it's straight down the runway, it should be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's crosswind before. Let's see. All right, same deal here. We're gonna put. I'm gonna go get that. You ready?
Yeah.
Going down in there. I think I was pulling through those other ones, and I ended up pulling these through. So be careful, don't pull too hard, or you'll lose your wires. All right, now I got to figure out again which one is which. I think the shorter one is the. Yeah, let's see. And look, they used some hot glue. Look, they used hot glue there, so it makes it hard to figure which is which. I think it's. Well, I'm gonna know if I. Oh no, you know what? I think it's this one. Yeah.
Short one's the flap?
The long one's the flap, I think. Yeah, that's what it is.
The short one.
Yeah, they probably use the even. So here, that's channel 6, which is flap. Get
We'll find out when we boot it up.
And then I've got some rogue sticker on my finger here. Channel 1. That must have come off of here, I'm guessing. So there we go. Well, a lot of times these things are sitting on container ships for a while, and all that adhesive gets, you know, delaminated, sort of. So let's get that, start getting that in there. I'm going to sort of push that in there, and then we'll slide this in. Let's get this like this. All right, pretty easy stuff. All right, I'll reach in here.
Paint job on it.
Yeah, it's cool. I never heard of a K-8 until this model. Have you guys heard of a K-8? Yeah, you can look it up.
Thunderbird vibes.
What's that? You got Thunderbird vibes?
From the paint team. I mean, there's an eagle or whatever that is.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's copying the red, white, and blue stuff. Let's see.
It's the best.
It's the best, that's right.
Those are nice combinations of.
Yep,
You can't beat that combination.
that's right.
All
right.
July is tomorrow? No, it's the day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow. Let's grab a tool. All right, where's your timer at now?
16. 17.
Trying to grab those wires down there and pull them just a little bit so I can see them down there. Yep, there we go. And that is it. I think that's in place. Let me grab this. Let me go right in there. I'm still trying to reach down there and grab some of that wire and pull it. There we go. Yeah, I just don't want it to seat well. Okay, that's going in there good enough. So let's take this. Same thing. This is easy to handle. It's not too big. All right, let's see what we got there. I'm going to kind of put that in place. Let's grab a screw. Put that there. That one there. We'll hold that together. There we go. That's biting into the threads. That's good. These you can tighten down because they're plastic to plastic contacts. There's not foam between the two of them, so you can tighten these up. This is nice. You don't have to take this apart. You can just leave it in your car like this. It's a little pocket jet.
What's that model number?
It's called a K-8.
K-8.
Yeah, it's a K-8. And there goes the Ziploc. I'm going to grab that so I don't litter. There we go.
Number 90. Where did they get 90 from?
Oh. All right, and that's the general construction. Get that latch on there, and then let's get the landing gear. So this is gonna.
I thought she was about to retract them first.
Retract the gear, yeah. Fix gear. It's pre-retracted, so I'm gonna grab this out of here, just because I happen to have it handy. This is my multi-tool here. All I'm thinking, I hope, is that what that uses? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe it does use a 2mm. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's that. It does use a 2mm. Look, same tool. I thought it used a 1.5. All right, so you can put these on one of two ways. You can put them on this way, okay, with the wheel outside, or you can put the wheel inside, okay. With the wheel inside, the wheel inside is scale because that's how the full scale plane is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, on the outside it's just a little more stable. So since it doesn't retract, we'll just leave it on the outside. How about that?
Well, it's on the
Sound good?
now.
So, no, this, the wheel.
Oh no.
The wheel's on the outside. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the rod.
You get more.
The what? Yeah, you get a little more stability out of it. So, oh, and there's another one on the other side. That's why I'm trying to ram it on. There's two of them. There's one in the front, one in the back. So.
How much time you got left? 20?
No, we're good. I think we're good. Let me see. That's, are we at 20? There you go. It just snapped in. There must have been a burr on the end of that or something. All right, we'll get that. There's a flat spot on there that engages well. And let's see, there's another one. It looks pretty durable. I'd love to get some little miniature retracts on this, which I may do. That's nice. They put one front and back. You would have thought they would have only put one, you know. So they didn't go too cheap on it, which is nice. They went, yeah, that's good. So there's your compression. All right, let's go. Let me loosen the two of these. All right, let's keep going. All right, so this is the next gear. That's probably still caught on a burr or something. Yeah, that's all it is. Put that on there. It's nice they put flat spots there for you so you don't have to grind it. I didn't really see one on the nose gear. That's good. So that's got some good suspension. And then let me look at that nose. That's kind of bizarre. I don't see a flat spot of any kind on there. That's interesting. So I don't think it's going to be that critical.
I'm pretty sure because it's steerable.
Yeah, but they still should put a flat on there so it doesn't spin. Because sometimes
You got two screws.
yeah, it should be enough. It should be enough. I may later tear all this out and put a retract unit in there, you know, put a whole wheel well and all that kind of stuff. So for now, I'm just going to tighten this until we center the servo. And that's it. There's just one front and one back. Yeah, I mean, it's probably got enough bite on the shaft that it's not going to matter. So that's a tiny nose wheel, but in either case. And that's it. I think we can get the stand out of here.
Let's have a round of applause for our construction.
Yeah, there we go. Woo, yeah. All right, what do you think, Gav?
Pretty sick.
See, the front of it looks to me like I think I'm going to leave this off. I'm assuming
Like I said, it looks like an MBL 139.
MBL 139. So like I said, the nose and the sort of the intakes, they look a lot like a T45. The wings look like an L39. They look exactly like, except for the tip tanks. And then the tail looks like an MB. It's almost the exact same. It's like they stuck the three together, and that's kind of it. So, what's that?
Should have brought that one today.
Oh yeah, maybe. There's the suspension. The nose is pretty. It's a tiny wheel up front, so maybe grass may or may not be so good. But that's a lot of compression. And then you got your drop tanks. Again, right and left. So here's your right one.
That's the right one.
The right one. There you go. And that's it. That's all it is. Pretty simple, folks. So real nice. Again, anyone interested in this, I'll put links below where you can get it. But that is
Reasonable price.
that's a nice little jet. It's
I'm looking at it.
6S 64mm. So
That's crazy.
so isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's neat. So let's see if we can get a battery in there. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. You still filming, man? All right, can you get down on top of it? Let's see if I can get into here. And I'm going to put my shelf liner in there. You ready?
Oh boy.
Here we go, man. We're going
Use
shelf.
the Velcro.
No, say no to Velcro. It's 6S, man. I don't need, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, here, can you film on this? Here, get in there. Are you too close? I don't think you're, all right, you ready? You in there? All right, let me get this down. Okay, all I'm going to do is just measure the width of this, roughly. And I'm just going to cut with scissors where I think this should go. They got straps going all the way back to there, so I don't know where we're going to have to do with the CG, but I'll tell you what, before we do that, since I want to figure out where the CG is going to be, the manual says I'll grab the manual marks and we'll take a look at that. But let's hook a receiver up. Which receiver should we use? Let's see if this AR will work, because I only need, like, what, 5 channels? So I got this, right? Does that sound good? That's all we need. So I'm going to do the same thing here. We got bags blown away. Glitter. All right, same deal here. I'm going to go through all of these things and tighten every single one of these. So,
9 to 2 in the morning.
and we'll do all of these, because you don't have to tighten all of them, but just tighten the ones that you don't want to fail. Okay, so you don't have to, but I usually do this. Yeah, I just do this on every. It's kind of like teeth. Don't floss all of them. Just floss the ones you want to keep. I heard a dentist say that once. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to tighten all of these up. Each one of these, I'm just going to go through all of them. Yeah, because that way, and I have very few failures in any of my planes, unless it's something I'm doing with it. but I don't really have these things quit on me, because I go through each and every one of these. All right, guys, we got everything tightened up. We got our receiver in place, and we need a bind plug. Let me see if I have one. Yes, I left one in there. All right, there we go. Yeah, so that's so I have one when I need it. So as long as I remember to put it back, it'll still be there. So let me put this in place.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, I fast forwarded ahead a little, guys. Just tightened all these connectors up, and then let me see if I can get that bind plug in there. That does not want to fit in there. So, all right, here's the deal. Sometimes you get these. Sometimes they don't angle these off enough. So I'll take my knife. I'll file them down a little more so they're a little more octagonal, you know, so they fit in there a little better, because I think that's what's happening. It's just not fitting in there that great. Are you able to get that? Yeah, all right, sweet. All right, so put that in there. Let's see if that goes in better. Yes, all right, success. All right, so we'll plug this in. I already made a model memory, okay, in my NX10, so it's ready to go. Made a new model. I'm going to use my Spectrum 3200 with my bind plug. Plug that in, and let's see if I can see. Yep, it's hard to see, but there's a flashing light in there. So I'm going to hold my bind plug down, start this thing going, and let's see if it'll do its thing. 22 milliseconds.
There we go.
Bind complete, so it's a solid light. This one doesn't turn green. Spectrum just goes from a flashing to a solid. So it says it's complete. Ailerons look good. They're backwards. Elevator looks good. It's going the right way. Rudder's going the right way. So that's it. That is it for the binding procedure. I'm going to pull the bind plug out, if I can get that out now, and I'm going to put it back. Right? Yeah. See? So I'll get that back in there so I don't lose it. So it'll be there next time.
I'm stealing that trick.
You're stealing that, huh? Stealing. All right, we got some fan action. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna unplug, go full throttle, plug it back in, calibrate the throttle. There we go. Bring it back to idle. There we go. So, in fact, when I first throttled up, which happens most of the time, you don't even get any throttle till you get to like quarter throttle or something. When you calibrate it, then you have it almost instantaneously. So, that's smooth, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. No, I didn't want to go full. You want to go full? All right, everyone wants to go full.
I was wondering.
Hey, you want to hear it?
No,
That's full. There you go. We're outside. We can do that. Usually when I do this in my shop, stuff blows away and falls off. And so I usually make sure right away things are going the right way. Elevator's working. Aileron's backwards. So I'll go into that menu. Go into reverse. Aileron. Just reverse the aileron right, left. Rudder right and left. Flaps.
these are backwards.
Okay, so yeah, that's backwards. So Let me go into aux 1. So that's up and that's down. So I already programmed, or did I program here? Is there a flap? Yeah, you know what? I didn't go into, you see all this? I didn't set it up as the right aircraft type. See, are you on that okay? I'm going to unplug, okay? I'm going to go into this, actually I'm going to go out of here into the system setup. You got that okay? Alright, I'll turn off the RF so it's not transmitting. Model type, okay? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Go into aircraft type. They should say wing type really, but I'm going to go into wing and I'm going to go change it to 1 aileron, 1 flap, okay? Even though there's 2 aileron servos, it's 1 channel. So, and then once you do that and you go back to your main screen, okay, it'll now, what will magically appear is a flap system menu, which wasn't there before. So now it's there. Now it knows we have flaps.
That one the hard way.
Oh, you did?
Long time ago.
Let's see if that'll bind up. There we go. So flaps, now I can go to the flap system. I can put the switch in position 1, or I can go to where it says, I don't know, you on that okay? Yeah. Can you see it all right? All right, cool. We'll take it out of inhibit, and I'm going to flip the switch for it, which is this one. It'll assign it to D. Okay, and then we'll go to flap position 1. I'll activate that, and then I'll spin it. Actually, I got to put it in position 1. You got to put it in position 1, then watch your flaps, and spin it the way it's supposed to go. So I'll get those up, or get them to neutral roughly. Yeah, that's at 100%. So I'll mess with them a little later, but I'll put it to a takeoff position. So we'll go to position 1, make sure it's actually in position 1. And I'm only going to go to like 10 to 15 degrees. That's usually a good takeoff setting, something like that. I'll leave that. And then actually I'll round it to 40. Let's do that. And then full flaps, I can set what I want for that. Go to that position. Nope, that's going the wrong way. And we'll go a little more, maybe 35, 40 degrees, something like that. So, and that'll give us our flat position. So up, takeoff, landing. And then I might need to retrim or maybe adjust the rods, horns, you know, twist the ball links in or out to fine tune it to get it to line up. So we'll get all that done there. And then we also want to go here, speed. Usually I'll do 2 or 3 seconds.
2 is right on perfect.
Let's see, we'll go to 2. And that'll give us a slowdown on it. Yeah, that's about right. So 2 to 3. Yeah, so, you know. And then we made it an elevator flat mixing, but we'll mess with that later. So they're approximately up. Again, not perfect. I'll adjust my ball length there a little bit. But otherwise, everything's working right. Right aileron, left, up, down, right, left. And then we got our flap. So, and that's really it. Ready. So now what we got to do is I'm going to cut. Well, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is put all this stuff in there and just figure out like where our CG is going to be. Yeah. So I'm going to just tuck this in here. I'm going to stick the battery because I don't know how far up it's got to go or how far back it's got to go. So what I'm going to do here is
the wind is.
It might be. Yeah. Looks like it's coming the other way now. So let's put this in here. I'm just going to tuck this in place. Yeah, so we might get some good weather to fly it in after all here. It was getting a little windy. So what I'm going to do, and I've got more straps too I brought with me, so I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to pull up the CG, which see if I have the manual here. All right, so I got the FLYFANS, the K-8 instruction manual. I'm going to go see where the CG is. You got that okay?
Okay, yeah.
You got that?
Yep.
63 millimeters back, so whatever 63 millimeters is.
You can see where it lines
from here to, in fact, do they show it on a, it looks like they show it right behind that little screw hole, you know, the doubler, the plastic doubler.
Basically on that.
It's about 2.5 inches.
That's where they say it's at, yeah. So let's see, let me grab a ruler and just check it out. All right, let's see. All right, what do we got here? 63 is, yeah, that looks about right. Right behind this, it looks like, right in there somewhere. So,
2.5 inches?
It's probably about that. You're probably about right. Yeah, about 2.5. Yeah, it's good math. Yeah, it's good math. He's on the ball. So, all right, let's see what we got. So you think it's gonna balance there?
I think it's going to be terribly nose heavy.
You think so? Yeah, it might be. Let's see. Hang on. That's not all the way down in there. It might be hitting the battery there. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can get that to close. Doesn't seem to want it. There you go. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see. Can you see that all right? Yep, you're right. Way nose heavy. So it's going to actually have to go back to where that strap is, the rear strap. So they gave us 2 slots in there. So here's what we'll do. In fact, that'll make the battery. I think it's hitting the front of the battery, you know. I don't know if you can see that. It's hitting right here, I think. So what we'll do is, can you see in there okay? I don't think you can from where you are. Here, let's see. Let's pull it closer. Let me pull this off of here. Pull the drop tank off. I don't know if I can get a little closer.
Not the drop tank.
Can you see in there okay?
Yeah.
All right, in here. See how there's a rear slot too?
Yep.
Another thing to notice too, you see this? What's that?
Your BEC.
Yeah, they gave you separate BEC, so that's not bad. So.
Yeah, I know my stuff.
All right, he's all over it. So I'm actually going to change the strap slot position. I think I'm going to move it to the back, or better yet, I'm going to add another one right here. Let me see what I got in my mess of. What's that?
Mark it where it balances with this battery.
Well, it's right behind here.
Yeah, well, like, mark it in the battery tray.
In the battery tray?
Yeah, I always draw.
Oh, the battery's position. Oh, okay. Well, that's only if you know you're going to use the exact same battery every single time. See, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is that spot right there.
Can this thing even take like anything above that?
I don't know, but 20. I have 32. I have 33 70C packs. I got all kinds of different size rated batteries and stuff. And this may not go here. This one might be good. Let's see. No, that's too long. Let's see. I might need a shorter. Yeah. Let's see. All right. I gotta find.
Jeez,
all right.
bro.
Yeah, I got a mess of. Here, this one might work. That's probably pretty good. Is that the same? Will that go around that okay? It's kind of shorter.
This one is the best thing.
Well, now this one's, look how long this one is.
Oh yeah, but the more the merrier.
No, but that's not going to look, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
That's way too
So,
Yeah.
like I said, size matters. Yeah. Sometimes you got to go smaller. Here, let's see. See, like this one I can actually cut. This one will probably be, actually that one might be just the right size. Here, let's see that. Is that going to go around there okay?
Perfect.
That's probably pretty good. So we won't listen to Johnny Quest this time here. See. Let's see. Let's put.
Dude, just use some Velcro.
Can you see in there okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you still use the strap. You know, move it closer.
That's good.
There you go. So I'm going to feed this down in there. Now the lightning hole, the problem is the lightning hole needs to be really between the strap slots so you can use it, otherwise it doesn't really help much here. Other than that, I'm just going to sort of push that through and get it to come out the other side, which I think it's coming out. Let me grab, see if I can get it with this, maybe. No, that's not going to happen. More tools. Here. We'll get surgical. Can you see that? There we go. So the battery looks like it's going to go way back in here. Okay.
My prediction
At least
is going to
far
be
enough.
heavy.
Well, I'm not going to go that far back with it. But let's see if I can get it at least kind of back in here. Let's see where that's going to go. All right, I'm going to use this to kind of push that down in there. So, what do you think? You think that's good?
Perfect.
Let's see where that's going to go. Just to see CG-wise where I need the Velcro or the, you know, that stuff. That's probably good enough. Let's see, because I don't know how far back it's going to have to go. Now, see, that's not going to, let me get this. This is going to have to go down there just for right now. This is just balancing it. What do you think? Think we're going to get it here?
I said down.
Nope.
That's about perfect. Yeah.
That's great.
So the position is what you want to look for, not, I mean, if you know you're going to use the same battery, you know, some guys will mark their battery area
Like me.
And that's okay, you can mark it, but you also want to put for that battery, you know, so because another battery may be heavy. So that's actually about right. In fact, if I were to inch this a little farther forward, just for the heck of it, that way I could get a second strap around it. Let me see if... They're starting some glow motors. All right, that's all right.
Same plane in real flight.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right, that's all right. Yeah, that's probably a little too far forward. Okay guys, we got the receiver in place. Can you get on in there?
Yep.
I put a little Velcro, I tightened all the connections, put the receiver in there with my Velcro. One antenna's going back, the other one is on that wall. Can you see that all right?
Right there, yep.
Okay, that's taped in.
Velcro.
And then we went ahead and we put the battery in place. I used a couple of straps I had laying around. The stock strap was kind of short. See that? It's a little short for a 6S, probably good for a 4. So what I did was I just fed a couple down in there. And as you can see here, I took my shelf liner. You got that?
Yep.
I dropped my shelf liner in there. It seems like that's the forward limit of the battery, so that's why I stopped with the strap. Because it's a 3200 6S, so, you know, I'll probably use stuff heavier. Again? CG's right back, what was it, 65 or something? Right back behind here, and it's balancing perfectly there. So, and was it 30, 25, whatever? Here, I'll look here. You see the antenna in there, okay?
Yeah.
That's where I put the other one. The other one's attached to the receiver, and it's going straight back. So I got one back, one down, and we're good to go. The rest of everything, BEC wires, I just kind of sewed it back into place. So, and then that CG was, let me look through here real quick, double check. There it was, 63 millimeters, that's right. 63, which is right behind that thing. Okay, so right back behind there is where it should balance. And I put my battery such that, and you guys should be able to see this okay, I put it in such a way that the front end of it is underneath this strap. So we've got 2 straps. I added my own and put 2 in there. So this seems like it goes all the way back. So the straps are adjustable too, because there's that slot. You see the slots? Yeah. So you can slide them a little better forward. So on this one, this front one's all the way towards the back. And we'll see if that works okay. But I'm gonna clamp it down right here. I'm gonna push this down. Get that on the front of the battery there. Yeah, let's do that. So that's attached. And then this one, same deal. That can go, I can slide that all the way back too, so it covers the back part of the battery. I'll tuck this down into place. Yeah, tighten my strap. So I've got the front edge of the battery basically on the farthest aft kind of spot of that. We'll plug this in. I'll put these wires back, and that should be good. Let it boot up. No stabilization at all in this, obviously. Put this all down in place, get this to lock. It's probably running into those wires a little bit. And we'll just double check the CG. There we go. So it's balancing right back there. So that's probably perfect, at least according to what they say it's supposed to be. Now, a couple things I did do. I took my ball link pliers. If you want to get in on here. I had one of these that was drooping down a bit. So I unclipped this, okay? And I turned it in, or actually it was down, so I backed it out a little bit so it lines up. Just make sure everything lines up nicely. Same with the ailerons. The ailerons look good out of the box. I don't think they need any adjustment. Everything's kind of where it should be. Flaps are where they should be. Now the elevator I thought had too much travel. Take a look at that. That's full travel, okay? But right here, I went in one hole. Can you get in on that okay?
Yeah.
I just felt like it was too much movement, so you know, there you got 100% travel, there's 100, and there's 70%. So probably 70% will be higher speed flying. That'll give me 3 rates to work with as I'm flying around. So if it's too sensitive, I'll go to something low while we're flying it. Same thing on the wings. See, I put a high, medium, and low. So that's 70, that's 100, and that's full. So anyway, it gives us a little room to move, and the flaps again, what do you have, about 10%, 10 degrees, maybe, 10, 15, and then
negative 100%.
Maybe 30 something at full. And then everything's lined up here. That's what you're checking, make sure everything's lined up. And then I think we're pretty much ready to go. We did notice too that the wheels were stiff. You see, this one's not even rolling. So this one we loosened up. So, and the way I did that's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to do it to this one now since this one's tight. And we'll have brakes on one side if I don't, yeah, auto brakes. So let me pull this off. I'm going to take this out of here, put the washer down there, and then taking a round file. You can do this however you want. Can you see okay? All I'm doing is I'm going to turn that backwards a little bit using a round needle file. Just make it a little bigger hole. You can even sand the shaft down if you want to, but there's, you know, that's probably about the easiest way to do it this way. And just do that a little bit. If you turn it one way, it actually screws in.
Yeah.
If you go backwards the other way, then it sands it. So it just takes a little edge off. Yeah, makes the hole a little wider. So, and then put that in there.
Washer.
Looks like we got a good spin. Yep, washer's next. Now did I lose that? And then we're going to put that right back on. And then make sure the flat spot's where it's supposed to be. That's the wrong one. Let's put this one. All right, so make sure it hits the flat spot. Make sure it's pulled out so it. All right, so we got spinning wheels now. 2 spinning wheels. How about this one? Yeah, that one's spinning. Compression's all good. Is that nose wheel centered? Not really. Let me take a look. That's one last thing I think I got to look at. So I can either adjust it with, well actually, you know what they got? Look, right here. You get in on that?
Yeah.
See, they got a little adjustment right there. So I tightened those other 2 before, you know, on the actual strut. But now what I can do is just kind of look at it this way and then just adjust it, just kind of get it centered as best I think it can be. It's not going to be perfection, but close enough. Let's see if that's good. All right, Gav, what do we got? How's that? Does that look straight?
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Look good, nice and straight. So, and that's it. So CG is good. The wheels are spinning. Flaps and ailerons. The elevator looks good. All the linkage rods, horns, everything's good. I think the elevator's neutralized. I think we got that neutral. How's the rudder look? Is the rudder neutral? Almost dropped it. Yeah, everything looks neutral. What's that?
I said, how does it look almost dropping it?
Well, you didn't get to see it. You got the, well, you did get to see me almost dropping it. All right, so I think we're good to go. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's, you guys want to see it fly?
Yeah.
Look at the audience.
The wind is
All right, let's go.
They've all been sitting here watching me do this, so.
Whoa.
I haven't left because
Let's go.
The wind died. Look at the windsock.
Yeah. And
No wind.
Here we
No
go.
wind.
All right.
no wind and a straight.
Let's go while we can.
You ready to go?
we
Yeah.
have the cow see it.
Want me to cut?
All right, let's get it out there. Yeah, we'll get it out there. Let's go. Okay, guys. Gav, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we got it all set up, just like we saw it all go together. I'm hoping the nose gear is not going to dive too much in this grass. CG seems perfect, like we just talked about. All the flight controls look good. Everything's where it should be. The 6 screws, it built with 6. And I'm just checking everything out, making sure everything's good. So I'll do another quick just flight control check to make sure we got right, we got left, up, down, right, left. Flaps are working okay at about 10 degrees, maybe about 30 or so for takeoff or for the landing setting. And then we'll do a thrust check. It's got some good thrust to it. And again, this comes in a 4 or 6 cell. This is just the 6. So, all right, man, you ready to rock?
We're ready.
Let's go. Let's see what happens. You're good there.
Let's light this candle.
Let's see what's going on. You must have seen The Right Stuff, right?
Hmm?
The Right Stuff, the movie.
Oh,
Light the candle? Oh, well, you got to see The Right Stuff. All right, let's go. You got to watch some more movies, man. I'm going to go full elevator travel. It seems to have some good taxi power so far.
Famous last
Take it off!
Whoa.
There you go.
Actually, I was reaching for the gear switch, and it wasn't doing anything. Let me just trim it up.
Y'all messed me up. There he is.
That flies nice. Here, I went to low elevator. I'm on power off right now.
Where are you? There you are.
I'm right there. You got me?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right, let me power up a little bit. Let me see how it's trimmed.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it seems good. I'm just trying to trim it out a little bit. I mean, there's no stabilizer in it, and I've got it, you know, kind of tuned with the controls the way I thought they ought to be, and it seems pretty good. Let's come by fast again, Gav, here. Yeah, nice, not bad. The roll is fantastic. Wow, I'm going to a low rate for roll. Yeah, not bad. Here, let's bring it, I'm going to trim the nose forward just a little bit. I'd love to have the gear come up on this thing, you know?
Yeah, it's just a pain, and it's just a pain to hand launch these things sometimes.
That's nice. Let me do a flat pass with you. Actually, let's do this. Let me get up to altitude here first. Just get it level. About half throttle. We drop flaps, drop full flaps. And it doesn't seem to change it at all. It doesn't seem to do anything. Let's do a full flat pass with it and just see how it does with flaps. Yeah, that does bring the nose down a bit. Oh, it wants to float forever. Yeah, that nose wants to come way down.
Cows in the background.
That's full flaps. Wow, this thing's going to need the drag to slow down. Yeah, so you got to let that gear, you know what it wants to do? The nose really wants to drive down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get that nose up. It might be better landing this without any. Let me take off. Take it off! Very nice.
Very smooth.
It's very smooth. You're flying it next, bro.
Bet.
Yeah, no, it flies nice. I'm glad I toned down the controls a bit. Here, let's see what it does inverted.
Has a
That's
little
about
whistle.
half throttle there.
Has a little whistle to it.
Yeah, it does have a little whistle. It's got a nice whoosh. All right, let me come by hot here. Ready? I'm reaching high temperature. Yeah, I turned it off. I just reached down and did that. Let me try.
Pull up.
Yeah.
That's what it's telling you.
That's my Star Trek bridge alarm, but since you haven't watched Star Trek, you don't know that. My power's off. I'm just letting it come in without any flaps. Yeah. Yeah, not bad. Let me take off the other way. It tends to come in a little nose low. Yeah, it rotates beautifully. Wow. Nice jet. Make sure we check the battery when we bring it back, okay?
Yeah, you're at 4.5 minutes right now.
Okay, good.
Lower.
It's almost hard to slow it down. It wants to go so fast. It wants to go quick. It wants to really drop that nose.
That is usually what tends to happen with like low wing trainers and sport jets.
Yeah, that's kind of how it, all right, let me come in with one setting of flaps. Let me bring it on in. Yeah, power off. Holy smokes. Yeah, you got to really let it settle and get those mains down first. Yeah.
So smooth landing.
Real nice though. I got to tell you. What's that?
With takeoff flaps?
Yeah, I did some takeoff. Yeah, I mean, I landed there with takeoff flaps. Yeah. Yeah, really sweet jet. Hey, Gav, you are up next. You want to fly it?
Yep.
All right, it definitely has a tendency to, when you drop the flaps, it of course drops the nose a bit. So it wants to land nose down. You got to wait and wait and wait and wait and get that nose up in the air and let it touch down mains first, because it wants to drive that nose in, and you'll get into a, you know, one of those porpoises or whatever. But I'm amazed it handles the grass well, even with Gav. Can you get in on that little wheel?
Yep.
It's I don't even know how big that is. It's only like 1.25 inches maybe, but it's a hard wheel, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe on pavement it'd be a little rough, or you could bounce it, but on the grass it's super nice, guys. Fly fans, definitely cool. Let me do a quick battery check for everybody, and then I got to get off the runway here because you good? Okay. Let me check our. What do you think we got left?
I say 32.
32%. Let's see what we got. 40. 40%. So it's pretty efficient. That's real nice. And that's again, that's a Spectrum. Let's put that in there so everybody can see it. That's a Spectrum 3200 50C 6S pack. It's a G2 pack. So awesome little jet. What do you think, man?
It's pretty sweet. It's really smooth.
You ready to fly it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get a battery in, and you are next. Okay, man, you ready to go?
I'm ready, man.
All right, Gav, we just put in another Spectrum 6S 3200 pack, 30C in there, and put it in the same position. Hey, do me a quick favor. We forgot to check the CG. Would you just do it real quick? Just put the radio down, flip it upside down.
Yeah.
Just balance it on your fingers. It should be right around behind that plastic. Does it look like it's doing that all right?
It's a tiny bit nose heavy. No, that's perfect.
Okay, good. All right, good. Well, it seemed to me almost like the CG needed to go a hair forward. So
yeah.
If it is, that's okay. Just because when I was flying it, it was kind of pitching up and down a bit. But anyway, you ready, man?
Yep.
All right, come on back over here. He's going to come back behind the cage here. And I'm going to
Did you use any takeoff flaps?
Yeah, I did. Actually, it does help to have some in there. It takes off well. In fact, it may even take off good with full flaps, which you could even test either way if you want. So I would love to see this little thing with retracts. It seems real efficient on the battery, but he's starting off with mid rates to see how he likes it. So, all right, man, anytime you're ready.
The shock absorbing landing gear is sweet, man.
It is nice. The nose actually works well without diving too much.
Taking off. Oh,
yeah, easy, huh?
Yeah.
What flaps did you use? Take off?
Yeah, just take off.
Okay, good.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did try and put the gear up.
Yeah, see?
I actually need, it's wanting to go down, so I have to trim it up.
Just trim it how you like it, yeah. Just trim it if you need it.
Just hands off. All right, come by. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna chill on low rates.
Yeah, that's where I had both of mine too.
I'm definitely gonna go in low ailerons too.
Yeah.
It's about half throttle.
I thought you were gonna hit that tree. Guys back there are laughing.
I know, it's like, when did I figure out?
Oh, dude. What are you doing with my plane? Yeah, I meant to do that.
It was the wind.
Yeah, you good? All right, there you go, man.
My bad.
We want to finish the video uneventfully. So.
And it's just durability test.
You're looking good, yeah, durability. He's just testing the strength of the landing gear. There you go.
It's pretty sweet, man.
Isn't it nice? I would just like to see the wheels come up on it, you know?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to see some like lightweight gear. The only problem is that would weaken the gear a bit. It may not be so good for grass, but it's a cool little jet, I think, with retracts. Plus, it would go a little quicker. Not that it needs to. That's pretty darn fast.
You can do a downwind pass real quick, full throttle. It's pretty sweet, man.
Isn't it nice? Fly fans, baby. I'll put links in the description box below, guys, that you guys can show you guys where to get this. This is where I was noticing that, man, it wants to come down. Yeah, see how you're holding it off? Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, nice. Beautiful landing. It wants to come down nose first. So you've got to hold it off till the mains touch first. It really wants to drop that nose. So
you have high, medium, and low rates for the elevator, right?
Yes, yes. So you can use
I'll probably go medium.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go too much.
Yeah. I noticed I started playing with the elevator too much on landing.
Yeah.
And I was porpoising it a little bit, so.
And like that?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, now this plane might benefit from a little bit of elevator expo. Maybe put in like 10 or 20% expo. And then that will take some of that, my over-controlling out of it, you know? See how it just takes, it doesn't want to slow down. That's the thing, is it comes in really fast and it doesn't want to slow. But you've got to hold it off, and then just the next approach you do, get it slower on your next approach, yeah. Very nice, very nice.
No,
excellent.
bumpy, a little bumpy.
That's perfect, dude, very nice. And that's how you do it, guys, just slow it up like that.
Very nice flying model.
Come by super hot, and let's not say anything, because I want to get a good pass for the intro to this. Can you come by hot and low?
Yep, right now.
Without breaking anything?
You want me to go inverted?
Go the other, yeah, that's fine.
Not breaking it. Freak that cow out, I think.
Do a presentation for me.
All right. Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Setting it up right now. Is that good?
Yeah.
Do it one more of the
Do
other.
another one, yeah.
The other way.
You're at about 540 on the time, so.
You're right. Probably get ready to come in here. I'll do a touch and go and then come in. You really see that nose gear.
Yeah, it compresses a lot. I think it needs that though, on this grass.
Yeah. Do a full stop. Yeah. Make that approach kind of steep. Yeah, I'm gonna go around.
All right, that's good. It's hard to slow it down, isn't it?
Yeah, I find myself.
I mean, it wants to come in hot.
Yeah.
You just got to get the speed right when you get on final, and then, you know, hold it off till it gets, you know, till the mains touch first.
A little bouncy.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, man, you can walk on out there, and let's see what the battery's showing. That first high-speed touch and go you did, take a look at that nose gear. See how it looks. Did it get bent at all or anything? I think it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it was really soft.
Yeah, no, it was soft. It's just it did bend. So yeah, let's see what the battery's showing. That's pretty sweet, man. Nice little jet.
Gonna have to get one of these myself.
Yeah, just plug that baby in.
What do you think?
30%.
50? Well, it keeps going down.
Well, what's it say?
It went from 58 to 36, and it keeps going down. It's at 33. No, it's at 30 now.
Yeah, you see?
30.
Is that percentage, really?
Yeah.
That's what it's showing? Okay.
And now it's going. Now it's at 28.
All right, well.
It just keeps going
Has
down.
it stopped?
Now it's stopped at
What's
28.
it stopped at?
28.
28. See, I said 30. See, I was right on the money. All right. Nice job, man. What do you think?
That first touch and go was a little scary.
That's all right. That's all right. Our first flights are pretty good on this, guys. Again, this is FLYFANS K-8 64 millimeter 6S. Also comes in a 4S. Again, I'll put the links below. You guys, if you want one of these, get it. Check it out. That's literally our full assembly, guys, and flights on it. And we'll be getting it out some more, but I think that was pretty comprehensive. You want to add anything, Gav?
Nah, it's just a great flying airplane.
Yeah, nice flying model. Again, check it out. I'll put links below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more content like this as time goes on. Beautiful jet right out of the box. 6 screws. You know, set up your, doesn't need a stabilizer at all. 6 screws and a guy to run the camera for you, and you can have a pretty good video. So thanks for watching, Gav. Nice fly, man. Thanks for helping me film earlier.
Yep.
And please like and subscribe again to the channel, guys. Thanks for watching. More content coming. We'll see y'all next time.